Okay, dear student, this is the analysis of iron. What we do is we take 50 ml of water sample. This is 50 ml of water sample. Okay, that's 50 ml. That's 50 ml. Okay, it's 50 ml of water sample. Then to that we add concentrate HCl. Concentrate HCl and hydroxamine hydrochloride. Concentrate HCl and hydroxamine hydrochloride. Then hydroxamine hydrochloride. Both are added. Shake well, and now we have, after shaking, we need to keep it in a heater for boiling. Don't worry. It is a heater, keep it there. Then it is to be boiled and the volume is to be reduced to 15 to 20 ml. We have to wait for some time. It takes about half an hour. The volume is to be reduced to 15 to 20 ml. And then we can do the further procedures. Because this part we are not showing fully because it's time consuming. And after that we can go to the spectrophotometer. This is spectrophotometer. And after this boiling, we have to, after when the volume is reduced 15-20 ml, we have to keep outside and it should be allowed to cool down. Should be cooled. After cooling only, we need to add 110 phenolphthalein. 110 phenolphthalein and ammonium acetate. This is after cooling. This is the iron water after cooling. Now to that we need to add 110 ammonium acetate buffer and 110 phenolphthalein. How 10 ml. This is 10 ml ammonium acetate. Now we have added 10 ml ammonium acetate. These are only for preparation of the sample. After, many other chemicals are also required, but finally the color is developed by 110 phenolphthalein, which we are going to add now. This is 110 phenolphthalein. It is 4 ml of 110 phenolphthalein. mix it. You can see that now the color is changed. Color of the water is changed. The change in color is due to the presence of iron. And as I told you earlier, that is a reaction. That is because the reaction between iron and Vandan Benonthal. All the other chemicals that we have added is just for preparation of the sample. Actually, the color change is due to Vandan Benonthal only. That is a procedure being laid down by the American Public Health Association, and that is being followed. It is called standard methods for analysis of water and wastewater. There is a publication by the APHA, American Public Health Association, and this is now the color is changed. Now again we need to add 50 ml of, we have to make it up to 50 ml. So that we need to add some more water, distilled water. That is going, and you can see that addition of distilled water up to 50 ml. 50 ml, is it 50 ml? Okay. Now we have to wait for another half an hour. We have to wait for another half an hour. After that only we need to take the readings. Okay. So, don't worry. This is spectrophotometer. This is called visible spectrophotometer. There are two spectrophotometers, visible and UV. This is a UV spectrophotometer. That is, for some chemicals UV is required, ultraviolet is required, and even for analysis of nitrate and all, ultraviolet spectrophotometer is required. And this is being analyzed in a UV spectrophotometer. You can see that how the transmittance or absorbance is measured, and based on the measurement, earlier we have calibrated the instrument. You can see how it is measured. You take a cuvette. This is called a cuvette. And we fill the colored water in the cuvette, and by inserting into the knob, we measure the absorbance. Okay. This is inside. This is inside the spectrophotometer. You can see a space for inserting the cuvette. You can see a space. This is the place for measurement of wavelength. You can see that measurement of wavelength. For iron it is 510. You can see that it is 510. Okay. Okay, അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല, അത് വേണ്ട. This is the cuvette. We will fill the cuvette with the colored water. Distilled water. This distilled water. When we are measuring this color intensity, we compare with the distilled water. Distilled water will not be having any absorbance of, it will be for the complete light will be transmitted, there is no absorbance. And comparing to the distilled water only, we are making all the measurements. Distilled water, this is distilled water. First we keep the distilled water. Transmittance, 100% transmittance. This is transmittance, 100% transmittance, because it is distilled water. There is no color, so transmittance is 100%. Absorbance is 0. So there is no absorbance. It's a distilled water. When we keep the sample, the situation will entirely change. Okay. So another cuvette, we are filling the sample in it. Absorbance which is 0.099. Previously absorbance was 0, now there is absorbance. When we kept this distilled water, it was absorbance was nil, now it is 0.1. Okay, thank you. And there is a calibration graph. We have drawn a calibration graph by using this reading. Earlier we for standardization, we have prepared a calibration graph by keeping iron, different quantity of iron containing water and doing the analysis. We have prepared a calibration graph. And based on the calibration graph, we will show you how to take the readings. This is the calibration graph. You can see the calibration graph. Now you can see that point 1 left side, point 1 we can see, point 1 correspondingly the iron presence is 0.035. Approximately iron presence is 0.035. This is a method being used, and the same type of method is being used for the other parameters. For iron, manganese, fluoride, nitrate, for all these type of parameters, the same method is used. Only thing is that the chemicals will change. And also wavelength will change. Same instrument, same method, everything is same except that the chemicals will change and also the wavelength will change and the color formation will change. Okay, thank you.